Hello, welcome to the video. We will be doing a recap of a 2009 horror movie titled Antichrist. From the title, you already know this is going to be a good one, so just find popcorn, sit back, and enjoy the rest of the video. The movie starts with a really sad scene. A couple, I will just call them he and she. So back to it, the couple is seen having passion for sex, and their little child is left unattended to. The child's name is Nick, and let's just say he got bored and wanted a little adventure. He gets up, walks towards the window, climbs it, and he jumps down. Imagine that little boy jumping from the window of a story building while his parents are making love. As expected, Nick dies instantly, and this lays the foundation for the countless troubles that we will later see. Also, before we go on, there's more to this particular scene than just Nick jumping off a window. We will get into that in the later part of the video. With Nick dead, the couple is completely shattered emotionally, and as a matter of fact, mentally. I mean, they just lost their first and only child. I don't think a parent can feel any type of pain worse than this. Seeing your own child dead. Fast forward to the funeral. The couple is still in pain. In fact, it looks like the child just died a few hours ago. As the couple and others who are around to sympathize march to bury the child, the wife falls and faints. Wow, she is really not handling the death well. The emotional trauma is just too much that she now develops anxiety. She's been hospitalized for about a month. That only tells how deep this issue is for her. After finally getting discharged, she is a totally new person. I guess grief truly changes people. The husband is doing all he can to be there for her, but she's accusing him of not caring about what happened, at least, not as much as her. And she starts giving him a hard time. But according to him, he's only giving her space so she can finish writing the thesis she's working on. So they decide to do something weird, go to the woods and live in a cabin for a period of time. The plan is to stay there till they're emotionally and mentally healthy. Also, they hope that this retreat will fix their marriage, which is already having bumps here and there. The woods they plan to camp in is called Eden, and to be honest, the wife needed that retreat a lot more than the husband. Her anxiety level hit the roof, and she's now dealing with it by hurting herself and having sex with her husband. But for how long? It isn't looking like she's getting better or will get better anytime soon. So yeah, why not try something completely out of the box? Let her face her fears. That way she'll get over her anxiety. And Eden happens to be one of them. The couple arrive in Eden, optimistic that they'll get better, but little did they know they are playing with death. Not long after they enter Eden, the wife decides to take a nap on the floor. Looks like she isn't so scared after all. The husband is not feeling sleepy, so he decides to walk around. Just a few more steps forward, and he comes across a cute doe. He is shocked to see this, but his shock gets amplified when he sees the back of the animal. A stillborn baby is hanging from it. It is a horrible thing to look at. The wife finally wakes up and comes to meet her husband. The doe is no longer there and he is just sitting, enjoying the air. They continue their journey. They now get to the cabin and they lie down beside each other. The husband wakes up the next morning and notices his hands are covered in some weird white ticks. It doesn't look all that serious and he removes them. The couple now take a walk outside and they see another animal disaster. A small bird falls down from his nest and is immediately covered by ants. Out of nowhere, a hawk comes in and carries the bird up to a tree branch and immediately starts to devour it. This makes the couple very comfortable, especially the wife, considering what just happened to them. The wife shouldn't be seeing things like this. We then see a flashback to when Nick was still alive. She was working on her thesis, titled Gainsbourg, right in the Eden woods. Nick was with her, or should I say was supposed to be. She hears a child crying and she runs out to find the child, thinking it was her son. After searching for a while, she sees Nick next to her. He's just sitting and playing. He's not the child crying. So that brings the question, which child was crying or what was crying? At this point, we are starting to see that there's more to the Eden woods. Back to the present, she's in the cabin with her husband, and he tries to console her and downplay her anxiety, saying it's just panic. She's pissed and she attacks him, but she overpowers her and pins her down. Later, after she is calm, they are all cuddled up and they chat. She tells him that she feels nature as a whole is Satan's church, so her greatest fear is probably Satan. The next day, she comes out and roams the woods like she's not scared of anything. The husband, on the other hand, sees something that puts a bit of fear in him. He also walks around and comes across an injured fox, but what makes it scary is that the fox is eating itself. Also, another terrible thing to look at. Back in the cabin, the husband looks through the attic and he sees drawings of women getting tortured and killed, looking like witchcraft. He also goes through the thesis his wife was working on, and she sees that her handwriting gets worse with each page. But from the part he could understand, he saw that the thesis was talking about torturing women for witchcraft, how evil the human nature is, and especially how evil the female nature is. A few moments later, she attacks him again, and this time with a big wood. He is not able to overpower her again, and after he falls down, she hits him in the private part, knocking him out. And what happened next? Well, watch the full movie to find out. He wakes up, and what he sees next leaves him stunned. He sees a bolted grindstone growing through his legs. He is in serious pain, but he knows he can't afford to stay here. He is basically a sitting duck, waiting to be killed by his wife. He manages to crawl away from the cabin into a hole to hide from his wife, the exact hole where he saw the fox that was eating itself. His wife comes into the shed and notices that he's gone. She sets out to find him. Just when he's safe in the hole, he sees a bird in it, and the bird is determined to blow his cover. The bird keeps on screaming till she pinpoints his exact location. She gets there and she realizes that she can't pull him out. She gets a shovel and starts digging around the hole. Talk about desperation. But surprisingly, she's trying to help him out because she feels guilty. She drags him back to the cabin and there's another switch. She tells him that someone has to die before the 3 beggars get there, and she's obviously not ready to die, so he will have to die. She uses his hand to pleasure herself, and we are taken back to the first scene in The Money, but this time with a shocking revelation. Remember I told you that there was more to the scene? Yeah, this is it. While they were having sex, she could see the baby getting up and working towards the window, and she didn't do anything about it. She watched till the baby jumped and lost his life. Back to the present, we see that she cut off her own clitoris to punish herself. The 3 beggars are here, and he finally finds a way to get rid of the grindstone. Now it is obvious that somebody must die. The husband is in an intense rage mode, and he rushes toward his wife with all his strength. He strangles her till every form of life leaves his body. He comes out of the cabin and burns the whole thing down with his wife in it.